I would tell anybody, when you're getting into like real like chakra work, this is emotions. All this is related to the psyche. This is shadow work. And that's where I'm going to get into this next part. When you hear me keep saying shadow work, you have to, I would suggest, but collectively, I would say we, but for some, like I'm saying, like suggest, whatever. You gotta start seeing stuff from, or we gotta start seeing stuff past what you would call, what you would call an intellectual ceiling. And what I mean by intellectual ceiling is everything I've even just said right now, like what say, like 20, almost 30 minutes in, about this and that, how you're hearing it relates to what I mean as an intellectual ceiling, right? Basically, everyone who creates something knows the difference between an educational base on the, I guess, the mechanics and the description, I guess, of it. But when you're actually hands in and dealing with it, not only are you getting a deeper knowledge base of it, but also you're expanding beyond what you would call an intellectual ceiling. That's why so many multiple videos of this or that and this and that can go out when one thing goes out when it comes to a topic, but all of them are just different, more descriptions, different commentaries, which are, don't get me wrong. And by the way, commentary is what can expose a person's, I guess, their shadow. If you're being studied or you're being observed, that, and also paying attention to psychological anchors. That's a side note. But back to point, when you're dealing with intellectual ceilings, you have to realize that when you're expanding on a different information, that's how people can get lost in what they don't know is other people's intention. You get what I'm saying? Certain things can expound off, like I said, everything's are side effects. We all know this. So when you're dealing with the energies, or when you're dealing with the concept, it hits just a little different.